Hi friends, welcome to the business studies class. Today in this module we are going to learn about the term public company. According to Professor Haney, joint stock company is a voluntary association of individuals for profit having capital divided into transferable shares, the ownership of which is the condition of the membership. According to Justice Lindley, by a company is meant an association of many persons who contribute money or money's worth to a common stock and employ it for some common purpose. The common stock so contributed is denoted in money and is the capital of the company. The person who contribute it or to whom it belongs are the members. The different types of companies are private company and public company. A public company means a company which is not a private company. According to the Indian Companies Act 2000, a public company means a company which has a minimum of 7 members and puts no limit on the number of members. It does not restrict the right of its members to transfer its shares. It is not prohibited from inviting the general public to subscribe to its shares and debentures. It is not prohibited from inviting the general public to subscribe to its public deposits. Public company has a minimum paid up capital of rupees 5 lakh or such higher capital as may be prescribed. It is a private company which is a subsidiary of a public company. Reliance Industries Limited, Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited, Wipro Limited, Infosys Limited, Larsen and Toubro Limited, Tata Motors, etc. are the examples of public company. A public limited company is a voluntary association of members that are incorporated and therefore has a separate legal existence and the liability of whose members is limited. Public limited companies are listed on the stock exchange where its shares or stocks are traded publicly. The important features of public limited company are: first point, the company has separate legal existence apart from its members who compose it. The formation of a public company, working and its winding up, all its activities are strictly governed by rules, laws and regulations. This company must have a minimum of 7 members, but there is no limit as regards the maximum number. The company collects its capital by the sale of its shares, and those who buy the shares are called the members. The amount so collected is called the share capital. The shares of a company are freely transferable and that too without the prior consent of other shareholders or subsequent notice to the company. Next point is the liability of the member of a company is limited to the face value of the shares he owns. Once he has paid the whole of the face value, he has no obligation to contribute anything to pay off the creditors of the company. The shareholders of a company do not have the right to participate in the day-to-day management of the business of a company. This ensures the separation of ownership from management. The power of decision making in a company is vested in the board of directors, and all policy decisions are taken at the board level by the majority rule. This ensures the unity of direction in management. These are the important features of public limited company. Now we are going to learn about the important advantages of a public company. A public limited company is a form of business organization that operates as a separate legal entity from its owners. It is formed and owned by the shareholders. The shares of a public limited company are listed and traded at a stock exchange market freely. Shareholders of a public limited company are limited to potentially lose only the amount they have paid for the shares they own. It can't invite the public to buy the shares and debentures. It can commence the business immediately after the incorporation. Public company can't allot shares without receiving the minimum subscription. This company must hold a statutory meeting and it must file a statutory report. All the shares of a public company are freely transferable. It can't issue share warrants. The application, reappointment, etc. of directors may require government approval. The minimum amount required for starting public company is Rs 5 lakh. It must keep an index of members if the number of the members exceeds 50. These are the important features of public limited company. The important merits or advantages of public limited company are led by board of directors, limited liability, number of the members, transfer of shares, lifespan, financial privacy, large capital, etc. First point is led by board of directors. Public limited companies are headed by a board of directors. The composition of the board of directors is set out in the company's articles of association. Normally it comprises a minimum number of 2 members and a maximum of 12. These are elected from the shareholders by the shareholders during the annual general meeting. They act as the representative of the shareholders in the management of the company. Next point is limited liability. The liability of the member of a company is limited to the face value of the shares held by him. The next point is minimum number of the members. In the case of public company, the minimum number of the members required for starting business is 7. But in the case of maximum, there is no limit for starting or for running public company. Next point is transferability of shares. In the case of public company, the shares are freely transferable. The next point is lifespan. A public limited company is not affected by the death of one of its shareholders, but her shares are transferred to the next of kin and the company continues to run its business as usual. In the case of director's death, an election is held to replace the deceased director. The last point is financial privacy. Public limited companies are strictly regulated and are required by law to publish their complete financial statements annually. These are the important merits or advantages of public limited company. Thank you.